So my name is Jonathan. I'm 24 years old. I'm a brain hand user and I'm currently working for the Civil Service. I got my autism diagnosis when I was around 10 and my ADHD diagnosis just a few years ago when I first started doing university. I think the specific thing that appealed to me with Brain in Hand was probably the planning aspect of it. At the height of the pandemic, when travelling was quite anxiety-inducing, say that I'm going to go on a train today, and if something goes wrong, like for example the train's delayed, what I found challenging was when I was in that moment, I wasn't able to think about what a solution could be. I can now go onto my app and see this is what's worked for me before, so this is what I'm going to do this time. So I think that's what specifically appealed to me with Brain in Hand. I will keep mentioning the traffic light function because I think it's actually quite ingenious. The main thing that I've noticed whilst using Brain in Hand and thinking about my routine is that I reflect more throughout the day, even if I've not necessarily used any of the solutions. And what I find quite useful is if I've had a good day now, I will write down it's green, but I will add into the comments, this is what's worked for me, and this is what I've reflected. So when I'm going back and I'm thinking of new solutions, when there's challenging situations, I can go back and say, well, this is what's happened on good days. So that's quite something nice to look forward to as part of my routine. On top of that as well, the coaching function, being able to talk about how we change different solutions to it compared to other coaches I've had where they try to provide more emotional support than practical support. It feels good for a day, but it's not really effective in the long term. So my coach is Emma. She's brilliant. I think what I like about her in particular is she was very empathetic and patient. There'll be times where I would go to her and say that this is not working. I would clearly be frustrated, and she would be patient and listen to what I was struggling with. She very much tailored the support that she gave to what I needed at the time. And I think she was quite open to seeing how I would integrate Brain in Hand into my particular routines. My mental health has improved because of Brain in Hand for two aspects. One, being able to record and keep track of it, and two, being able to have solutions that you don't have to think about on the spot. So having Brain in Hand there to track my moods is really quite useful. It's kind of like having your own personal best friend giving you advice. So I think I feel much less helpless when I'm having a particularly bad mental health day. I can at least go back to see what works. What I liked is that Brain in Hand was offering something that you didn't really get in other productivity managers and that kind of thing. And I think of it as a kind of a codex, my own personal Wikipedia page, where it's like a how-to. So I think what I found most useful about it is that I just think of it as my own personal toolkit that I can go back to. It develops the more that you use it and the more that you think of solutions for yourself. It becomes a toolkit that's kind of self-evolving and specific to you. It's empowering as well in the sense that you are relying on your own solutions to get yourself out of the jam.